Hi, it's me. It's Jennifer Enns. I'm an occupational therapy assistant student there at Washburn. I'm in the middle of my level 2 field work, and we get to make a project. So I got to be placed at a public school there in Topeka. We primarily see students from pre-K up to 4th grade, but I notice a lot of students that we get to see are mostly around 1st grade or pre-K. So type of clients I get to see. I notice a lot of our students are on the autism spectrum, and some of them do have some visual impairments, and there are a couple with Down syndrome. So when it came to trying to choose a project, I noticed my CI and I talked about how much they have to travel and how nice it is to have one kid as you travel. So that was really important for me to make included with my project. Also, too, a lot of our students have poor core strength, so sitting up correctly was important. So we've decided and brainstormed, and I decided to do something where they can practice the core strength as well as help with their pre-writing strokes. Drawing up and down, sideways, at slants seem to be particularly difficult for our young students that we see. So I made a portable marker board with all those tools and kits that I'll show you here momentarily. For the presentation, um, my CI got hold of other occupational therapists and CODAs in the district, and I got to present to about 9 of them. Um, I had a PowerPoint, but we weren't able to get it up. But overall, it was good feedback. Um, the OTs and CODAs liked the project overall. They're excited with something kind of different and something that could be used. And we're actually planning to incorporate my device here next week on a couple kiddos to see how they do. So let me show you what I mean. Not all classrooms that we worked in had a marker board, and we wanted to practice again working on the core strength. So what I got was this device that props up at the table. We have 3 settings of how it props up. So they can sit at the table, sitting upright, and those for the visual impairments, it helps because it helps them prop up and help them see a little bit better. Included in this kit, of course, I got magnetic letters and numbers so they can sort by colors or just naming what the letters are. They can look at it and trace them or copy from them on the marker board or on paper. So that was included. Now, for the pre-writing strokes, what I opted to do was make these kind of like make these barriers. I made my popsicle sticks with magnets on the end. It's kind of handy. So I can prop these up so they can help guide them into making the slants. You can make shapes. You can make a triangle. You can make a diamond. They can trace it with their fingers. They can trace on the inside, or again, copy from. And of course, with pre-writing strokes, we can have a straight line going up and down. You can form this into making or slant line, or you can make a cross or an X. So that's kind of like a template to go in between them, which is pretty helpful. And I did make some different sizes um, for them as well. So, like with the bot tests, particularly, we test them to see if they can stay between the pathways. So I made this to kind of help guide them in staying in between the lines. I chose these colors because when they write on a byline paper, the top line is blue, the bottom one is red. So I wanted to make sure I incorporate that when I made these. That way, it just reinforces those rules. They'll see them again, get introduced to them. You can make this easier or harder, upgrade or downgrade by bringing them closer, more narrow, or bring them up, giving them more space depending on what they're needing. So they have that size. And once they master that and they're getting ready to write on paper, I made a shorter one, again with those same colors that they're going to see on the paper, just to establish that. And then they can practice writing the letter formation or practicing their line awareness. And also include on there, of course, I got markers with different colors. I have thick ones and thin ones. So of course the thick ones are be easier for the students to grab. Then you can make it more difficult or grade up by giving them thin ones. And with this, of course, if you're just practicing scribbling or making circles, they can do that as well. And um, on the back, so to make this portrait, I'm trying to make it like a briefcase format, so that way it's easier to transport between room to room or school to school. So I sewed in this organizer with all the goodies inside that they'll need, so they can just pick it up and go. And then when they're ready to go to move to the next location, just take these strips, make sure attach them here. As you can see, you're ready to go. Some changes I would have made is I learned that there's actually some expo markers that are about half the size. That way it's a little bit um, better for our youngsters. I would have added that. And also we talked about if this may not work for all of our students, so I'm going to also include electrical tape. And other than that, I probably would have kind of finessed the sewing in the back. I did sew this, attach this, that way it's not going to go anywhere. And that's really about it. Okay, thank you. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.